Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus guys giving you more than the meta. So guys, want to go ahead and show some more defensive gameplay playing regs. Running against a guy that was blending in a lot of Duece close against me, among other plays. He played a lot of different like stock plays and stuff like that. But whenever time I run into anybody that plays Duece close, there's such a simple defense that you can use that essentially will shut down most Duece close players because they usually run a handful of plays when they run this scheme, and it's just so easy to shut down. So I want to kind of show this to you when we get into this gameplay. And this is where this guy had a lot of his problems playing this game, is when he got into Duece close. Always, you know, when I play defense, I usually run primarily base line unless it's in empty sets. And then I also go ahead and play conservative. When I'm using penny, I like to put the corner in the slot position, not a safety, and the reason why is just it makes it easier for me to do adjustments. I think what I did is I might have wanted to jump into cover 3. I went with basic hard flats. He tries basically a crossing route concept right here. He was running some audibles where he was actually making adjustments. You'll see him make a couple good adjustments, but he goes in empty stealer, and this is where I'm going to go ahead and jump into this 61 even defense. And when I see empty, I always go into the Sam will blitz, and the reason why is I love how the defensive backs will align with the wide receivers. And it still gives me the ability to go ahead and rush pretty effectively. So I want to show you what adjustment that he makes. Now I'm off the edge right here, freezing this line. The line actually has to collapse this side. This is going to give this guy a free rush to the quarterback. And I always go ahead and do basically inside shading with my defenders, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, if you're going to try to attack me on the inside, I'm going to do that. And right here, I actually get him into 2nd and 20. So ideal situation, go back to base. He goes into Y off trips. I'm going to go back into penny, and I think I ran with just a standard cover 6 defense against him. Let's see, that's typically what I do. So right here, I cover 6. He's got 4 wide receivers on this side. He's got a solo receiver on this side. So typically what I like to do is I'd like to man up the 1 wide receiver over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just user this guy over. And I might drop this guy into a flat zone just to really flood that side of the field, because he's got 4 wide receivers over there. So this should be the adjustments I'm setting up. I didn't put this guy into a flat, so that doesn't give me the best defense out there. And he does kind of a verticals play, and look what he does with this quarterback. Because I don't have a flat out here, I don't have any way to take away his outside scrambling. And you can see right here, on a 2nd and 20, he picks up 24 yards on a run. So that's because I didn't set up that flat. That's the only reason. Now, here's Singleback Duece close. This is one of the easiest offensive sets to stop, because most people don't run a lot of diverse plays, especially when you're playing regs. I like to play cover 3. I like to hard flat the outside defenders, and I'm going to man these guys up on the outside receivers. So let's just go ahead and show you how I set this up. Let's see if I get this set up correctly. So I'm going to go in cover 3, hard flats. I'm going to go ahead and take these guys and man these guys up. I'm going to put these defenders out into hard flats. And the reason I do that is that most people will do some type of a crossing type concept, maybe kind of like a stretch play, or what they'll do is they're going to do bench. So they'll have bench set up, and they got a kind of a check and a release right here. This particular defense will essentially shut this all completely down. So let's see if we get this set up. You can see how the guys actually carry. I got another defender carrying. I've got a flat defender out here for the flat. I'm kind of carrying with this route. He's got the crossing route over the middle of the field, and he actually throws it, and look who's just sitting here waiting for that ball. My defensive back right there picks it off because he's in position with Fuller, and I'm able to go ahead and get myself an easy interception. So that's the great thing about playing against someone that runs Duece close, is that it's just an easy cover 3 hard flats. Now if you take a look at the clock, there's about 40 seconds left on the clock. I'm getting the ball in the second half. I had a 4th and 2. I could have went for it and tried to chew the clock down, but I figured, why take the risk? He actually had like kind of a fluky defensive stop that stopped me short of getting a first down. So I just figured I'm just going to take the points because I'm getting the ball in the second half. Worst case scenario is that he gets a cheap touchdown with less than 30 seconds left, and if he does that in that type of situation, I'm still getting the ball back in the second half, and I can actually go and do that. So right here, just running cover 6. I got clicked onto this wrong guy right here. He tries to seam, throw the ball right in the middle of the seam. My defenders actually collapse on that. So, and that actually means that he was probably running the stick route. He's streaking the stick route out. So this guy was making adjustments prior to the snap. He wasn't running play stocks. So he had kind of an idea on what he was doing. So right here, whenever I see bunch sets, I do like to run cover 3 hard flats. And the reason why is that if I see these tight sets, I'm just expecting some type of, mesh concept. When I'm running to somebody, and when I play hard flats with cover 3, that pretty much locks us up. I can play in the middle of the field. You can see actually goes with bench again, and this defender's out here to play that. Should have got picked off based on that. Now I'm going to go ahead and just light this guy up with some man blitz. He goes into Y off. Not exactly the best best offensive set to go ahead and use a man blitz, but I don't want to run man against this guy so he can get his timing down. Once again, I'm going to shade my guys in the inside. Shade on my guys inside. I'm going to play down to the box, and I need to go ahead and cover up this and come down to the flat. So pressure's coming in. If he doesn't block an extra blocker, he doesn't block his guys right here. He actually goes ahead and sends all 5 out. So I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the pressure and see what he does right here. So I'm going to go ahead and chase down that flat route, and the pressure's in. There's just really there's nowhere for him to go with the ball other than this area right here, but I've got a corner that's probably going to undercut that, and you can see actually had to kind of wheel with the running back in that situation. So we go to the second half. I think I'm up 11-0 against this guy. Because I do get an easy completion. And if you guys want to see how I actually broke this guy's defense and how I read it, you can go to my Patreon. I've got a breakdown of this offense. I'm running with the Minnesota offense, and I've probably got about like 7-8 formations broken down that I have access to in this scheme. Right here, I actually fall into a situation where I have mana line still set up. Just a rookie move by me. I have a tendency, I don't like switching up my defenses too much. So you can see right here actually goes ahead with mana line. And when I'm running this 4-4 defense, I like to go ahead and man up those 2 middle linebackers on guys just because it just messes up people's reads. So use engage 8, and I find it's really good. Jump into default base, and he goes into weak slot close. So I'm going to go ahead probably run with this base line right here, going with the engage 8. Guys are matched up. You get pressure off the edge. I like that because the pressure just comes off the edge and this line can't really deal with it. And he's sending 5 out, so this guy's really playing a rookie move. Back to empty trio. So once again, I'm going to hit him with the 61 defense. Press my guys down, shade to the inside. Now I wanted you to watch. This guy knew what he was doing, because what he does is he shifts his line off to this side, and because I don't come in here and mug this linebacker, or I don't pick up this lineman, basically he picks up the blitz and he has some time. But I think what he did is he actually had some happy feet. See how these guys all kind of shift? I had a free rush. I could have went after this guy immediately, but you can see he shifted his line out. So this guy has a skill set. He knows what he's doing. Right here, actually goes ahead and throws the ball a little bit early, and my defensive back actually plays it correctly. So he got a little bit nervous because I've been getting some pressure on him. Now I go into the base, and I think what I did is I hit him with hot blitz 3, and I figured I'm just going to go ahead and run blitz him, and I should be shifting my line off a little bit just to try to get someone off the edge. And this is what he's doing. He's running verticals. I think he's blocking this guy, but he goes ahead and does a corner route over here with this guy. So he actually audibles into that, and it's really just the perfect call for the defense I'm running. I don't have anybody out in the flat. I don't have anybody like here. See the corner. The defender releases, lets him go, and he actually goes and pops it. So really, the guy knew what he was doing. He actually had pretty good adjustment idea to stop that, because I was getting greedy. Sometimes when you have really successful blitzes and you catch these guys off guard, you could do that. I think I did set this guy up into a flat. I've got the 3 rec over here. I think this guy is manned up, and hopefully this guy mans up on the backside. He's still running, you know, 5 wide. See, the flat comes out. I've got this guy that's actually coming over the deep half, and I've got this guy coming down to the flat. I've got this other guy coming out to the flat. So he tries to throw the flat. He's throwing a lot of underneath stuff, and as a result, I've got a defender out there to stop him for a second and 7. So most of the time when people do any kind of like passing plays, they're looking to pick up 5, 6 yards, sometimes 7 yards, 10 yards, and stuff like that. So right here, let's see if I set this up correctly. I didn't have it set up correctly. I do have this out route that he missed through, so he's just rushing. Because I've got the engaged 8, it's just messing him up a little bit. He's actually rushing a lot of his throws, and that's actually causing some problems. So he goes into the gun Y off trips, 3rd and 7 situation, and let's see if I set this up quickly. All right, so here's my defense. This is my defense that got set up. I've got a man over here. He's got his 4 wide receivers over here. I've got this flat defender that's out. I've got basically this type and a 3 rec. And all I'm really doing is looking for anybody that's going to be coming over the middle field, and I have to defend against that deep. Let's see what he does with this. I bring my guys down to the box, and he actually runs. So we got 2 guys in the box. I got my back flipped because I think I was making an adjustment. I got to come over here and actually close this hole up, because really the numbers and the gap fits are responsibility. But look at this. What I do is I whiffed him. So 3rd and 7 situation, he actually picks up 10 yards on the ground. You know, hey, I like my defense. I just didn't make the play. So I completely missed the play. It's not a huge deal. You know, if you get your guys in the right positioning, you know your responsibilities, you don't make the play, that's one thing. But if you don't know what you're doing, that's another thing. So right here, he actually goes ahead, tries throwing a little RPO. And in that type of situation, he picks up 8 yards, and he goes ahead and no huddles. So I'm going to set the same defense up. I got a hook zone right here. I got another hook zone right here. And I'm going to put these guys into flats. And then I'm just going to use over the middle of the field and hopefully go ahead and hit that spot. Slide the line over, because so I don't have this guy to kind of leverage, and he has to cut it back in. But those hook zone defenders are going to play the ball correctly. And you can see he actually goes with an RPO with like a little flat route, little bubble route right there. My defender goes out there and makes a 3rd and 5 against him. So I'm feeling pretty good about that type of situation. So single back deuce close. Here, once again, anytime I see people single back deuce close, they're usually going to run some crossing routes. They're going to use bench. Easy to shut this down. Cover 3, hard flats, man up the outside wide receivers, and say, hey, beat me down the middle. You're just saying, you're going to beat me down the middle, but you're not going to beat me on the outside where most of these plays go. So all the plays work to the outside. Most smart players should have some type of a mesh concept they can throw into deuce close. Right here, he throws into double coverage. Just a bad read by him. Totally bad read. He's made some good adjustments, but a lot of times after he snaps that ball, he really doesn't make really good decisions. And as a result, I get him into a 4th and 5 situation. So now I actually go ahead, just assume this guy's going to go for the first down. It really hasn't pressed me over the middle of the field. I'm going to go ahead and just run an all-out blitz right here. I've got 3 wide receivers on this side. I've got 2 on this side. I'm going to go ahead and take this guy and just kind of go ahead and freeze him a little bit. So right here, I'm going to bring Dotson down. I'm going to set the blitz up. Pressure's coming in. He actually blocked his running back for the first time. And right here, he's got an outs with a post over it. And the out gets picked off by Fuller for another interception. And I go pick 6 on this guy. There's no way he's going to be able to catch Fuller. Fuller's not the fastest defensive back, but obviously he's just in really good position. Anytime you throw flats and you get an interception like that. Opponent checks out. Actually quits out after I go up 17-0, and that's it. So once again, guys, thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. If you do like these type of tips, go ahead and comment below. And that's how I run my deuce close defense. Very simple, easy defense to run, and you can use it against most deuce close players. So thanks for your support. Until next time.